Here's a very important one. I'm looking at a Facebook post that my mom had of this. You know, Jesus and Mother Mary, Stations of the Cross, where he's dead. She's coming to him after he's dead. Now, the only thing inaccurate about this picture is that Jesus is not his name, and he's not white. So this is more what he looks like. His name is Yahusha in the Hebrew, the original Aramaic Hebrew, and that is Yah, I am, Hu, Shah, Yahusha, Yahusha, I am he who saves. And here's my comment. I actually replied to my wife. I'll open them up for you first, and then I'll explain them. And I replied to myself, which is kind of cool to do sometimes. Oh, man, you got to go slow with this Facebook. You want to open it up and not press any buttons. It's tricky. You got to go like this. You try teaching someone with this, like that. Okay, now, don't touch anything. Now you scroll up. All right, so it said here, Pat Ficini said, St. Hyacinth in Hamtramck, I went to last year for Mass with my sister-in-law and Ficini nieces. I replied, Pat Ficini, who's my mother, by the way. My mom is Mama Ficini. This is Pat Ficini. If you ever want to Facebook her, it's Patfacini, Pat Ficini. She would love to hear from you, especially if you have anything to say about me. Pat Ficini. But, oh man, I spelt it wrong. I gotta correct it. And it's not me, it's the damn correct thing. Corrected it incorrectly. Because I did not put pictured. Okay, I put picture and then it changed it. And I fucking hate that. But it's a good tool, so I keep it on. Because it does correct some things that I may put wrong. Okay, Pat Ficini. But picture him as a black man from Detroit. And it's not a joke. I'm not joking. That's what I'm saying. Because Mom and I grew up in Detroit. And we're very familiar with black people from Detroit. Okay? Now, because this is more like what he looks like. Jesus was a black Jew. An inconvenient truth. Okay? Now, whether you like it or not, that's the truth. Here he is, stomping out Satan. Pictured as a snake. Carrying the cross. Now, it probably was a stake. Or a pole. Basically like a telephone pole. Just like, actually probably a fucking tree. Might not have even been carved. Okay? It says he was hung on the tree. It might just have been a piece of, they chop a tree down and that's it. It's probably more what it was. Because why would they get and make a nice little, shave it and make it nice and pretty for someone they're killing? Common sense will tell you that. You just got to use your mind and not all the pictures you've seen growing up. Okay, so now I corrected that one, but picture him. So then I can go like this. And then the next one is same mistake because I copied it to my wife, but picture. Okay, now I like it when I make errors like this because then I can teach you guys, my little secrets of how to communicate helpologically in the most helpful, the simplest way that works. Now this picture here is actually a historical picture that has been hidden from you by the Catholic Church. The very same people that my mom and I both worship through Catholicism. However, I'm a born-again Christian. I'm a born-again Roman Catholic. So I'm not the old-fashioned one. I'm the new age, new wave, modern, advanced, born-again Christian Roman Catholic. So I know what's up. And now you do too. This is actually a painting that someone made in history that they hid from you. So that's more what Yahusha looked like. Because they were there firsthand with him and they painted what he looked like. Okay? That's what's going on with that. Okay, now you know. It's not some bullshit we're making up here. Now, And then again, this last one, I was just, I copied and pasted the same comment, which I do often, so I don't have to retype it every time. So, but picture him as a black man from Detroit, and I got the little thing, think about that. And here he is again. Again, he probably looked more like that. Okay, now, we don't know how long his hair was. The Bible commands against long hair. However, he took a Nazirite vow, and you're allowed to grow your hair out. So that's when you break the law. Okay, the law is there, and sometimes rules are made to be broken, according to Yah himself. You have to read the scripture and find out when and where. Now, on the other hand, hair down to the shoulder might not have been considered long. Maybe down to your butt was considered long. So we don't even know that. So that hair might not even be considered long. That's in our culture where we say, oh, that's long hair. So we don't know. But historically, a woman had long hair, and she would grow it out and keep growing it down her butt, down to her feet. So that's probably what we're talking about when Paul said it's a shame for a man to have long hair. Now, why is that so? Well, because if a guy turns around and sees a woman, a person with hair down to her feet, he's going to be looking at her butt and saying, oh my gosh, that's a nice ass. Or the shape of her body underneath the robe. He's going to naturally think that. You tell me any man that looks at a woman and is just blank stare, doesn't think about sex. If you believe that, then you're stupid. So anyways, men are men, created by Yah to be a certain way. To make babies, be attracted sexually to other women, especially fine-looking women with nice asses and nice curves. Okay, I speak the truth in love. Now, so what happens is this. When Paul said it's a shame for a man to have long hair, he was right. Because if a man has hair down to his butt or down to his feet, and let's say I'm walking and I bend over, and a guy's going to look at me and be like, oh my gosh, that's a nice ass. Holy shit. Oh my gosh, I want to fuck that. And then all of a sudden I turn around, he's going to be like, ew, that's a guy. Oh my gosh. So that's why it's a shame. Now, it's all making sense now, isn't it? Anyways, that's about it for now. But I will show you some other pics here of my mom's. Every woman has a Barbie version. See yours. She said, wrong. I do not drink coffee. I'm going to put that and that. Okay. So what I'm doing is this. I always put love my own comments. Why? Because I do love them. Not to mention then it reminds me that I read them already. And then when I click that, I review them. That's just me. I do that. You don't have to do that. That's just me. Founder of Helpology. I do things for when I look at it, I say, okay, I see that I've replied to myself and that I loved the comment. So then that way I know I've already looked at it. That's just me, because otherwise I'd be looking at it saying, oh my gosh, I don't remember that. Did I even look at it? Did I post it? What's that? But then when I see it says love there. Plus I like the word love and I like a heart. So it makes me feel good to see that. You don't like it? I don't care. Some people say, why do you reply to yourself? Why are you always saying you love your own comments? Because I do. Period. You don't like it? So what? I don't care. Anyways, now. But I do. But I do. But only. This is the about sign here. This means about. Okay, about 3 cups per day. Not 10 to 15 like I was doing when I was basically homeless in Porto. See, I always had a home to live, but I chose to be homeless, to be with the homeless and to see what their life is like. So, like I was doing when I was homeless in Porto. Okay. Possessive. And I got to put Philippines, so if someone's reading the comment, they'll know where that's at. And then I'm also going to put the flag. Boom. And I also like to put the purple heart. Purple is royalty, which I am a king, an actual king, Italian king from America. And you are a king and queen if you have faith in Yahusha, his death, burial, resurrection on the stake or pole. You could say cross if you want. So we don't know. There could have been another piece of wood going across it, but I doubt it. It would cost more money. And why would they do it? To make it look all nice and pretty. They probably just nailed his hands above his head with one nail. That would save a lot of money. On one nail. To save one nail every time there's an execution, and there's hundreds, if not hundreds of thousands or millions of executions that way, they're going to save a lot of fucking nails. And trust me, I know in Porto, a nail is valuable. Okay? Because sometimes you don't have a fucking nail. And then when you get money, you go buy like 100 of them. And then again, you use them all up or whatever, and then you got no fucking nails. So anyways, that's probably what happened. In fact, that is what happened. As a prophet, I'm telling you, that's what happened. God's telling me to tell you. That's how it works. That's what happened historically. Don't believe all these pictures you keep saying. They're from the Roman Catholic Church, which is designed to mislead you into destruction and to worship the Antichrist, which is the white Jesus, not the black Yahusha.